Hi everyone, and welcome to our organizational communication plan for Starbucks Coffee Company. Starbucks Coffee Company is a coffee shop which started in 1971 as a single store in Seattle, Washington, which has now grown into a major coffee chain with over 32,000 stores in over 80 countries. The company's mission is to inspire and nurture the human spirit, one person, one cup, and one neighborhood at a time, and its values revolve around positive culture, growth, and community. Though a once prosperous culture for its employees, over time, the culture Starbucks has cultivated has decreased and created a gap between culture and vision. In light of these issues, we recommend Starbucks launch a new campaign to both improve company morale and fill employee shortage gaps. First, a SWOT analysis for Starbucks was conducted to analyze its strengths, such as its large organization with both a large budget and social network, its weaknesses, like its inability to ensure communication success with its large target audience and high turnover rate, its opportunities, such as its ability to offer exceptional benefits in an unstable and highly unemployed economy, and its threats, like competitors offering similar job opportunities to potential employees in the nationwide employee shortage. A pest analysis was also conducted to analyze Starbucks' position in the market. Political factors include state mandates and employee vaccination requirements. Economic factors include supply chain shortages and increased labor costs. Social factors include high benefit and workplace expectations from employees. And technological factors include the increase in food delivery apps and services in recent years. Finally, a stakeholder analysis was conducted to determine Starbucks' main stakeholders, as well as the key stakeholders for this proposed campaign. Given that Starbucks' current standing follows two key mottos, it's all about the customer and employee first, it was established that customers, potential employees, and current employees were the vital stakeholders to this campaign, as well as Starbucks' success, as they represent either high support or high influence for the company.
Primary research was conducted to gain a better understanding of Starbucks stakeholders. This research provided insightful data since most customers and potential employees noted they would not work for the company, though they thought it appeared to be a good place to work. Additionally, data from current employees indicated a discrepancy regarding Starbucks' perceived culture, and the majority did not plan to stay with Starbucks due to the recent staffing shortages. Now, to implement a successful communication plan to combat these issues, critical success factors need to be established. These factors include defining a budget for the new campaign, defining target audience, cultivating constant effective communication, as well as new leadership strategies. Starbucks' new campaign has 3 strategic goals. 1. Recruit new employees. 2. Retain existing employees. And 3. Improve communication regarding employee benefits. Starbucks is currently working through various staffing, culture, and moral issues. Therefore, the main objective for these goals is to create a better environment for current and future employees so Starbucks can improve its employee culture back to the standard it was before. To support the strategic goals, the communication objectives for this campaign are to 1. Increase company culture perception for future employees. 2. Improve morale of current employees. 3. Inform of and encourage employees to use available benefits. For the first strategic goal, the communication objectives include launching a social media campaign, as it is imperative Starbucks creates a campaign that will work to recruit new employees. For the second strategic goal, for the communication objectives include creating a better camaraderie and employee engagement across Starbucks locations nationwide, in addition to creating a better employee feedback system. For the third strategic goal, Starbucks will create an employee app, which will include employee benefit information and will be managed by HR, who will be able to alter or add information as needed.
As previously mentioned, Starbucks is currently experiencing low company culture amongst retail employees. Therefore, one of the themes of this campaign is to improve company morale. This leads us to the second theme, maintain company morale. Considering that higher employee morale will lead to higher employee motivation levels, longer employment retention, and ultimately more satisfied customers. To properly utilize these themes, Starbucks will need to create custom messages for each stakeholder group. To effectively communicate with Starbucks customers, an emotional message style should be used that communicates enthusiasm, friendliness, and professionalism. Messaging would emphasize Starbucks' current message, which is that of a strong community and a place away from home. When communicating with potential employees, Starbucks will need to use a preemptive message style, as this allows Starbucks to differentiate itself from its competitors, as the company's reputation for offering its employees superior benefits and work culture will be reflected in the messaging to potential employees. For Starbucks to successfully communicate with its current employees, it will need to use a psychosocial approach, which uses the symbolic association message style, reassures employees that they are able to speak freely in order to bring the organization together and connect employees with one another. To ensure these messages are communicated effectively, Starbucks must also use a variety of media channels to communicate with each stakeholder group. For customers and potential employees, messaging would be communicated via a social media campaign, which would advertise job openings, illustrate employee benefits and perks, and showcase the successful culture Starbucks has cultivated. For current employees, Starbucks would communicate its messaging using two channels: a private social media campaign and an in-company application. The private social media campaign would focus on encouraging socialization between employees while also encouraging Starbucks employees to provide honest feedback to the company. The app would focus on employee wellness and would be used to encourage employees to fully utilize their benefits, and would also be a channel where employees can connect with one another and discuss any praises or grievances they've experienced while working for the company. To execute all communication objectives through an integrated marketing strategy, this will require a budget allocation to support the organization's goals. Starbucks currently has an annual revenue of $26 billion and recently allocated $258 million for worldwide advertisement campaigns. For this specific campaign, the overall budget cost would be approximately $12 million.
This campaign will be actioned and evaluated in 3 stages. The first will focus on the campaign's immediate goals of effectively communicating the campaign's launch. The second stage will focus on its intermediate goals, such as using the continuation of tactics to engage with audiences, build and enhance internal relationships, and generate buzz. And the third will focus on its long-term goals, continuing to evaluate the social media and internal communication campaigns to determine their effectiveness. To determine if the goal to recruit new employees has been successful amongst its 2 stakeholder groups, Starbucks customers and potential employees, the outcomes for this objective will evaluate if the groups have changed or shifted their behavior towards the company and would consider working for the company if the opportunity arose. Success would then be defined by outputs and impacts such as the number of applicants received, number of new hires, and number of media mentions, as well as the measurement of any changes in the stakeholders' perception. Data collection and analysis will include quantitative and qualitative methods like data summations of applications, new hires, and media mentions, as well as content analysis and panel studies. To determine success for this campaign's second goal, to retain existing employees, it will focus on one specific stakeholder group, current Starbucks employees. This objective aims to evaluate if there have been any behavioral changes since the launch of the campaign in order to understand how current employees feel about working for the company. For this objective, success will be measured by the number of current employees who are still working for Starbucks, the number who have left the organization, and the attitude that the stakeholder group has towards continuing to work for the company. Data collection will again involve quantitative and qualitative methods, such as summations of both employees still working for the company and the number of employees who left, as well as qualitative methods like content analysis, focus groups, and interviews. To determine if the goal to improve benefits communication has been successful among Starbucks employees, the outcome of this objective will focus on the knowledge of current employees and their benefits. For this objective, success would be determined by the number of employees taking advantage of employee benefits, the number of benefits used, as well as which benefits are deemed valuable amongst employees. Quantitative data will need to be collected and analyzed in order to understand whether or not there was an increase of employee benefit usage, and a qualitative survey should also be conducted to gauge employee sentiment, perception, and satisfaction. This concludes the presentation. Thank you.